Hello everybody and welcome to CCNA Security, more properly known as Implementing Cisco iOS Network Security, or IINS. My name is John Moritz and I'm going to be here guiding you through all of the wonderful material of CCNA Security. Glad to have you. Are you excited? We're going to get through a lot of material. Let's give you some overviews before we get started of what we're getting into, so you've got a feel for where we're going. We're going to start with just an overall course introduction and realize that this course is going to give you a great background in implementing security and understanding the security needs for Cisco devices. Having said that, you do need to have some background. Even though this is an associate level course that's basically the first real true security course you may have encountered, you want to have a little bit of background. If you walk in and you're sitting here saying, I don't know what the internet is, and then we may have a problem. But I bet you know what the internet is because you managed to get to this video. What sort of knowledge do we need? Well, you need the knowledge and skills equivalent to having gone through the Interconnecting Cisco Networking Devices course Part 1. So that's the first of the two courses or two exams that are working you towards your CCNA. So you need to have that background material. You have to have a bit of a working knowledge of the Windows operating system, and you have to have a working knowledge of the Cisco iOS networking and concepts. If you've got your CCNA, you've likely got all the things you need to succeed. And in fact, one of the prerequisites for getting your CCNA security certification, if you choose to sit the exam, is being an active either CCNA or CCIE. And I'll tell you right off the bat, if you're an active CCIE, very likely you're not attending this course, because you could probably, with that level of knowledge, flip through a book for a few minutes and move on to some more advanced materials. Just because it's such an advanced certification, you've got a whole lot of background. But maybe you don't. And if you're a CCNA, the CCNA itself covers a lot of base associate level materials, but they don't specialize in security. They just talk about a little bit of security, but they also talk a little bit about routing and about switching and all these other areas that the CCNA network security exam isn't going to focus as much on all those other areas. They're going to focus more strongly on the security area. This is basically a specialization that's showing an associate level knowledge all about security. So having said that, even if you're a CCNA, there's still plenty to learn. But if you've got your CCNA, you've got the background to succeed here. If you've already studied for the CCNA, but you haven't yet set the exams, don't worry. As long as you feel comfortable with the ICND-1 materials, you know what the internet is, you know what an IP address is, you know the difference between a router and a switch, you'll do fine here. The working knowledge of the Windows networking operating system we're talking about. Can you log onto a Windows computer? Can you go to the Start menu? Can you start a program off that Start menu? Could you, if you had to, could you put a CD in the CD drive and install a program off of it? Could you open a web browser and go to an internet site? I mean, the real basic stuff. So if you can do that, you'll do fine with this course. Don't worry if you don't know more than that. I'll help you out with any little thing you need. And I'm going to tell you, I don't have to help you a whole lot because there's not much more you need. So if you've got that knowledge, you're ready to go with this course. Now, the course has some goals and objectives. The stated goal of this course is to understand the necessity of a comprehensive security policy and to perform basic tasks to secure a small branch office network using Cisco iOS and Cisco ASA security features, which are available on Cisco routers, switches, and adaptive security appliances, unquote. That's what the goal is. I'm going to tell you what my goal is. My goal for you, if you're listening to this, is to give you the knowledge to feel comfortable in these sorts of areas that we just quoted, and feel comfortable working with and describing security. So you can do some basic configurations and you can talk to someone about those basic configurations. If you get to the level I hope to get you to, when it comes to the CCNA security exam, you'll have no problem passing the exam. I'm not going to worry about the exam. I'm focusing on getting you that working knowledge so you can use this in the real world. If I get you that high, it's a no-brainer that you'll pass the exam. But that's assuming you do everything I tell you to do and you study as hard as I expect you to study. If you don't and you just kind of sleep through the videos, I'm going to tell you your rate of success is going to be very low. You really want to pay attention to the materials that we've got going on here.